Hey everybody, it is September 2nd. I didn't even wait to the 1st. I did this cartoon, finished it Saturday morning, so I'm a little late getting it to you. It is September 2nd, 2018, 3:10 p.m. on a Sunday. And I feel kind of like pressured because I got so much stuff to do today on a Sunday. But it's not even that bad, so I don't know why, I just feel the pressure. Gotta make the video, I got to bill my clients, and really that's it. But billing the clients is like, it's so much to do. So much. And I gotta draw a cartoon tonight. This is episode 212, and this cartoon took 2 hours and 40 minutes. 3 hours and 40 minutes to draw. 3 hours and 40 minutes. That is insane. I had gone through 2 cups of coffee by the time I did all the lettering. And so we got a 22-minute video today, which is just pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. Too long. Sorry about that. So we're gonna let me just think about, how did I get this idea? I got this idea on Friday. And what I was thinking about originally was how Trump was threatening violence, if Democrats win the election. If they win the midterms, oh no, there's going to be so much violence. And the thing is, he says there's going to be violence, it's going to be violence. And is he warning it or is he encouraging it? And so if it does happen, he'll be like, see, I predicted it. But he's not predicting, he's trying to make it happen. So whatever. Because he's a horrible, vile, horrible person, He's just bad. And then I thought about how he keeps attacking the media again and again and again. And last week, on Thursday, the police, the FBI, arrested a man in Encino, California for threatening employees of the Boston Globe multiple times. He was threatening to shoot them in the head, kill them, and he kept saying, the media is the enemy of the American people, which is one of Trump's lines. And he was also mentioned that he was after them for the way that they were reporting on Trump. And the reason he picked on the Boston Globe all the way from California is because the Boston Globe engineered for all the newspapers to get, for a lot of newspapers throughout the country, close to 300, I believe, to write editorials supporting a free press on the same day. Each one independently wrote their own editorials. And which a lot of people said, oh, look, they're colluding, which collusion's not, depending on who you're colluding with, is okay. Shit. But, so anyway, he went after the Boston Globe because the Boston Globe, did I say Herald at any point during this? If so, I apologize. Boston Globe. There's a huge difference between the Boston Globe and the Boston Herald. And that should not make that mistake, toward the Globe. The Globe is one of the best newspapers in the country. They really, really are. I have them, I think the best is the New York Times. And the Washington Post is a close second. And then I think the Globe might be right there with them, somewhere. Maybe between, these are the 3 papers that one day one will be the best paper in the country, depending on what they broke or what they did. But these are like outstanding newspapers, and they're not fake news. They are excellent. They're doing a great job. Now, how did I get this idea? I was just thinking about how these people are following Trump's orders, that they mimic him. If you go on social media or you listen to people on Fox or even on CNN who defend Trump, they take Trump's language. They use the term fake news, and they take other terms of his too. Crooked Hillary. They just say so much that Trump says. So, and as usual, I don't really remember how I got this idea. I was thinking about the violence that he's warning us about, and which is fear mongering. And I was thinking about the fear mongering, at the rallies and everything. That he wants to dictate through fear. And he does want to dictate. And I don't know how I got the idea. I don't know. I was thinking about how they repeat the guy. And they are taking his orders. So, I don't know. How did I get my idea? I don't know. Maybe I could have cut out all the lettering. I want to say maybe 5 minutes of the video. At least we're 5 minutes into it now. We only got like 15 more minutes for me to talk about this. Maybe I did that for 15 minutes. No. Even the cat's looking at me funny. What are you doing? On the last video, let's see, we were talking. Well, I did that last one, had all the tombstones, and I was wondering how many tombstones was in that cartoon, but I knew I didn't have to count them because I knew Akenta would. And she did. She came in here, commented, and we only have 2 commenters in the last video. Nobody really watched it. Only 16 views. What? Come on, people. But Akenta counted, and she counted 52 tombstones, but not verified. Well, I really want to see a certification of that. I don't know why it's not verified. But she also thought that I did a great job on the grass, because grass is like the worst thing in the world to have to draw. And I was looking at what Arla was saying. And Arla likes the explanation that I gave for the last one for drawing the cartoon, or getting the idea. This one I kind of did what I did with the last one. I pretty much used a clumpy brush, but we'll get to that in a minute. I don't think I had any typos in here. I kept kind of losing my mind a bit as I was rewriting the same thing over and over and over again. So occasionally I'd make a mistake and I went back and I repaired it. Yeah, I think so far this video, I know that when I did the rough of the cartoon, like Arla was asking about roughs, and this was basically the rough, what you were looking at, but it tells me where I want to put everything when I finish it. And I think that took about 30 minutes maybe? Yeah, because I remember that now. I think I spent 30 minutes doing the rough, which normally I don't really spend that long on a rough. But I kept moving things around while I was roughing it. This will be the only time I really get to play guitar today. But while this video is formatting and uploading and stuff, I'm going to try to multitask and do a few other things. And I'm going to make some coffee in a bit. That's why I was wondering about how to panel this up. First I was just going to have lines between each one, but then for some reason I wanted panels. Just wasn't sure. And they are kind of funky, and right here they didn't really look that good to me. So, but I think with the color it did turn out better. Let's go see how well this cartoon is doing with the shares on social media and stuff. The cool thing about taking a day off, which is kind of like today, even though I'm working, but not waiting over 24 hours or 48 hours for another cartoon, is that maybe there might be some anticipation. Do I know what's it going to do next? Is it going to come? Unless I forget about me. Well, this cartoon has not done too poorly for a weekend. It has 497 shares on Facebook. That's really good for Saturday and a Sunday. I'm going to combine those 2 days for that. I don't think all that... Majority of it probably did happen yesterday, but... Oh, that just reminds me. I need to post my last week's Costa Rica cartoon on my blog today. I forgot about that. I did not remember that. Oh, okay. I'll post that one real quick too. I got things to do. I keep thinking of other things I gotta do. I gotta take my Spanish lessons still. It's 3 in the afternoon. Slept too late. I watched Deadpool 2 last night. I stood up till like 6 a.m. I watched it almost twice. Drawing Trump, going through this part for the cartoon, this was really the easiest, and I thought I'll draw him first, and then I'll color him first, and then we'll go through and do this last panel with all the guns and the couches and stuff. So, and I changed them up a little bit. It's really, really hard to draw this tiny. I'm not a fan of drawing. I don't really like drawing huge cartoons, like when I had originals in sheets of paper. Over the years, I kind of, the size of the cartoons got smaller and smaller. I used to draw them larger than like 10.5 by 8.5 or whatever, or 11 by 8.5, whatever. A little bit larger than that. And then I kind of went down over the years to that size. When I was in Hawaii, I drew, I don't remember. Yeah, I think my originals were like 8.5 by 11. And, but the ones I did for the front page, for some reason I drew those a lot smaller, different type of paper, and just this regular Bristol. And because those were done really, really quick, because those were kind of small on the front page, so I knew that they couldn't really have a lot of detail. And they were the only ones in color then. Because every day I did a front page cartoon in a local issue in Hawaii, and it was in color. So they were drawn pretty quickly, and it was almost like I was drawing on a napkin type in a way. I mean, they were larger than that, but it was like get the idea across that quickly. And then I'd color it, and the coloring would take about 5 minutes at most, because they weren't as detailed as these cartoons. And then for the one for the editorial page, I'd spend a lot more time on it. Then I had to go Googling guns. I was Googling guns, so anybody's watching me, not gonna get me in trouble. Needs to water. I had too much ice cream last night. I had 2 bowls. Oh, water's so good. I've also prepped some coffee because I'm gonna do some coffee while I'm doing billing. I mentioned billing like 7 times so far because I'm just really dreading it. It's so much work, and it only takes about an hour and a half or 2 hours. But it's just, it's mentally exhausting. It's not like I'm lifting rocks or anything, but I have to like focus, and I have to turn off my email. But I need my computer open, so I leave the email open actually, but I just ignore everything that comes in. And I have to close off social media windows, and I have to hide my phone. I have to hide my phone from myself. The one thing was I really wanted the guns to show up, and I wanted them spread around. And I also wanted to make this guy look kind of like the guy who was accused of making these threats. And you'll see in a minute, I will change him up. So I want Googling him too. Yeah, I was Googling automatic rifles, not just rifles. And getting the position of everything in the room, it was a little bit tough. Just moving things around. I really hate these long videos. It explains so much. Should have cut some stuff out. Should have cut out half that lettering. I did that for you the other day on with all the tombstones. I figured it, and like the kid just said, I drew 52 of them, and I guess 51 of them had Puerto Rico written on them. And you probably did not need to see me write Puerto Rico 51 times. So for some reason I made you watch me write the media's enemy of the American people. What was it? 7 times? Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7 times. I'm a maniac. I should have cut that out. It left in the first one and then just cut out the rest. I can't go back and do it now because I already talked over it, and I don't want to start over again. I don't want to do that, and I've already given all my shout-outs. I only had 2. And all I did was, well, only thing on TV this week was, of course, funerals. Yesterday. I heard people complain about that. Well, how come they haven't buried him yet? It's been like a month. And it's like, no, it's been like a week. This is normal procedure. Conservatives are such horrible people. What is it, Republicans? I mean, why do you have to be an asshole to be a Republican now? I don't get that. I don't remember that being the case years ago, but I mean, they were always kind of like squirrely, but now it's just, it's so vile. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, is it impossible? Well, I guess when you look at everything that they support, it would be kind of impossible now to be a Republican without being an asshole. I mean, we like throwing babies in jail. We like using racism. We like praising Nazis. Oh yeah, I guess. So let's just make up a whole bunch of crap. Vile, evil, dumb, stupid stuff. Yeah, down to go. Oh man, just no coloring. Phew. If people skip through this video, or if they do want to watch some of it, so they skip a lot of the details, that's cool. I mean, it's probably harder to watch the 22 minutes of this than it is to sit here and narrate the 22 minutes of it. And I wanted something really, really light here. I wanted to see how it would turn out in grayscale. So I went to like pinkish, purplish. And moved them around. And that actually did not take very long. And the coloring probably didn't take that long either. I think most of this cartoon was probably spent on lettering. As I said, I went through 2 cups of coffee doing the lettering. My next cartoon, I don't know. I don't know what. I may have a couple ideas, but I'm not sure. I have an idea of the whole McCain thing, like the funeral and the treatment of it. And I think that's probably what I should do, but because it does say something about the current state we're in, about how divisive we are, even though I am kind of tired of drawing about the same subject, same guy. But it will be a different take, so probably am going to do something on McCain. And here we go. Time to do the suits. 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 Did I do the suits one at a time? Or did I do Trump on it? No, I went through and did all the suits. Okay, that makes sense. That was a smarter way to do it. Sorry, just like, I don't know what else to talk about. I'm coloring. Long videos, long cartoons. I don't mind really taking a long time to draw the cartoon. And maybe I'm also spending more time because I'm using this clumpy brush. Clumpy brush does take a little bit longer, so maybe that's one other reason why this video is 22 minutes long. But I like the clumpy. I like the clumpy. Clump. But I think I used just a bold brush for the fingers. More clumpy. And yeah, I think I use a clumpy on basically everything in this cartoon. On everything. Except for the fingers. Fingers were so tiny, I had to use a different brush for them. And some people arguing with me today about how Hillary would have been a better president than Trump. I'm like, that wasn't facts. Like, geez, that would take all day to list. Probably wouldn't start a trade war with the one country that we actually have a surplus with, though. It's just one. It's like, I got to sit there all day just going down list on reasons. It's not even so much that Hillary would have been a better president than Trump. It's not about Hillary. It's not about her greatness or anything like that. It's about how horrible Trump is. Anybody would be better than Trump, basically, except for probably people who support Trump. might have to do something else on the Catholic Church too. I did one on it, and I thought I could move on forever and not get back to it till it happened again. But this issue is not going away, and it shouldn't go away. I hate to make it sound like I meant that, but I think I'm going to have to address it again. It's kind of like all the babies in jail. I mean, we get away from it for a little while, but I keep reminding myself I need to come back to this issue because I need to remind people that this stuff's still going on if anybody listens to me. Someone wrote earlier this week about how, I actually impact change and stuff with my cartoons, and I don't believe I do that at all. I don't. I think I preach to the choir most of all, but whenever I get other people who are not the choir, I piss them off, but I hopefully make them think. That's my whole thing. I don't think anybody's going to change their minds or do anything because of my cartoons, except maybe shoot me. But I do hope that, my goal with the cartoons is not to make change. It's not to make people become activists, but I hope to expose truth, and I hope it does make people think. Even people who agree with me, I hope it makes them think about the direction that I went in with it. Oh my God, we're done. We're done. Oh God. I feel like I just ran a lap. Thanks for coming by, and please leave a comment. Sorry this video was so long. I promise the next video will be shorter. If I have to cut off half the cartoon, it'll be shorter. Because I don't feel like doing 22 minutes again. Not for a while. Leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see all of you tomorrow. Goodbye, bye, 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 bye.